Alright guys, we're here with today's lab is going to be figuring out how many water molecules are in some popcorn kernels. So what we have set up already is the beaker on the balance, and the empty beaker is 144.95 grams. So we'll have that written down on a data table for you. We'll take a picture at the end to let you know. But again, that was 144.95 grams empty beaker. I am then going to grab a little oil to coat the bottom. I'm going to do about 10 drops or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it did go up, so that's a bonus. The beaker and the oil have a mass of 145.25. Yep, 25. Next part of this is we're going to add 10 kernels of corn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's move this back here for now. Now the beaker plus the 10 kernels. I'm sorry, beaker, oil, and 10 kernels. Alright, Mr. Moore, I see 146.91. 146.91. We're then going to bring them over here. Brand new wire gauze, by the way, pretty excited about that. So, as always, when we go to set these up, I have preset this one, but I have 3 fingers in between. I have my wire gauze on top. I have my beaker ready to go. I did not grab any tongs. I don't know if I can use the tongs now. And just like before, like we practiced, we're going to light the Bunsen how we're supposed to do it every time. I've already connected it. I made sure it was nice and tight. One rib passed. The gas is off underneath. The oxygen's always closed off. I'm going to turn this on. I should not hear any gas because it's off underneath. I will light the lighter. I will go wrist to the ceiling, hold it on the brass fitting, and I will turn on the gas. And then we will adjust. So lighter on, now gas on. And there's our floppy flame that we do not want. So we'll adjust it just like it before. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a nice crackle going. And this is what I'm gonna heat over. We're gonna get the, thank you, assistant. All right, I love it. We're gonna get this going. And it's important on this one, we don't want it just to sit there because it's going to make a hot spot and burn. Now, for those of you who've never done popcorn outside of a microwave, you might be in for a treat here in a minute or two. And so all I'm doing is shaking it around, trying to heat it up. And all I'm doing is I'm warming up the water molecules on the inside of the popcorn. And when the water molecules get hot enough, they'll start bouncing around on the inside of the kernel until it can't take it anymore and it pops very violently. And this usually takes a couple minutes. Oh, there's the first one. Now, typically when that happens, I'm going to hold it sideways, try to get it out of there. You have any tweezers on you? So that first one popped. It was a good pop, and you can actually see the steam being released. Thank you, sir. So I reached down. Woo, hey! Yeah, and popped it again. Now they're just being ignorant. They're popping without me having it over the heat. Now what's important on this is to get every kernel to pop and to get everything back in there so when we take the mass, nothing changes as far as what has been in there. Hello. So you can see the kind of violent explosions going on there, even though they're just popcorn. The water molecules on the inside get too hot, they bounce around, creating the pressure, and eventually pops the kernel. Ooh, just like that. Hello. And we got one more guy to worry about here. Oh, you know what? He cracked. I don't think he's gonna pop because there's a crack in it. Sometimes you get those seeds that just don't like to pop. So that's definitely done. Okay. Yeah, it's not going anywhere else. So I'm gonna let that cool for a second. I'm gonna collect all the popcorn that I had, including one of these husks things that popped off. All right, put that back in there. So I'm gonna take it off of here. Okay, we're gonna move that out of the way. Let it cool down, not on the thing that was still hot. Throw these kernels back in. And as soon as it's cool enough for me to actually touch it, I'll take a mass on it. I never want to heat anything that's hot. All right, we'll get into that later. So, that's not too terrible. Now, hopefully, when we do this, we see that water was released. So if water was released, should it be heavier or lighter? We'll find out. And again, we'll have these numbers down on a piece of paper for you. And it did go down a touch. That's good. All right, what I'm seeing here now is 46.55. 46.55 grams. And the difference there is going to be the water molecules that left the kernels of corn. All right, well, I'll give you a picture of the data, and you're going to have to complete the lab sheet on your own.